Yup, that's me, Medius the Pure, just a baka little twink trying to pass his classes. What's that?
I am going to destroy the universe.
What? Good afternoon, Genesys gamers. I'm MBT, and this is 100 Point Playtesting. Well, the inaugural episode of 100 Point Playtesting went up last week, and it was not well received. Jesus Christ, this thing's putting up junior journey numbers. Any self-respecting content creator would have canned it, and ideally left this vibes-based Reddit rule set in the ash heap of alt formats where it belongs, alongside Trinity and Generations. But I'm no self-respecting content creator. Plus, a YCS is coming up, and I'm sure none of you know what to play. So we persevere. This time with Medius's toxic college boyfriend, presenting Doom Z.
I gotta sing the Doom song now! Doom, 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 doom!
So here's the list, legal as of BitBro release. As always, I'll give you a background about the archetype, a little bit of a discussion about what I hope the deck can do, and of course, the card by card. But first, this video is sponsored by Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Deck. Looking for a place to find inspiration for Genesys decks? Well, look no further. I've already spent years telling you about how Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Deck is the best repository of deck lists, strategy articles, third-party assistance with alternate ways to play Yu-Gi-Oh!, and card collection management on the internet. But right now, it's also the best way to find Genesys lists. You can sort by deck type, filter high-level tournaments to see what's been working, and download decks you see in any format you desire. That's why I'm proud to be sponsored by www.ygoprodeck.com. Now back to the video. With that, let's deal with Doom Z. Doom Z is the second archetype in the Medius storyline, which seesaws between a sequence in which Medius gets brainwashed of that thing and a Grey Goose-style apocalypse situation. So basically the second least problematic after the Harry Potter archetype. These monsters Xyz summon, and they do so in a really strange way, using the Power Patron or Drastia to sneak into a 2-mat Zodiac style, then use equip spells to suit their needs. What they've got going for them in Genesys is pretty straightforward. They've got 0 main deck points to speak of, and therefore are positioned to play powerful hand traps like Ash Blossom and Nibiru. They have a consistent, repeatable setup that excels in the simplified game states Genesys produces, and they've got some help from the ban list. With TCG banned equip spells like Premature Burial pointed at an affordable 3, this deck's got plays they couldn't dream of in paper. So with that, let's get into the card by card. First up, we've got Medius and our Power Patron of choice, Power Patron Doom Z. This card Xyz locks you and can target an effect monster you control. Special summon either a Doom Z Xyz monster or a Jupiter the Power Patron of Destruction with the same rank as the level of the monster you targeted, equipping this card you control to it as an equip spell. I should say the one you're usually going to go into is Doom Z Break Deoctorus, which, if special summon, can destroy a Doom Z card on your hand or face of field, then destroy a monster on the field. Because the Doom Z will now be equipped, you can pop it, and when this card is destroyed, you can add a Doom Z card from your deck to your hand. After that, we've got 2 copies of Drastia, which enables you to target a Doom Z card you control, destroy it, and if you do special summon this card, then you could equip an equip spell from your deck to this card. While this card is equipped with an equip card, get used to hearing this, you can special summon a Wind Machine Xyz monster from your extra deck with the same rank as this card's level, and attach this card and its equip cards to that monster as material. Next up, we've got Doom Z77 Elara. This card can also rank up at quick speed, and if normally special summoned or destroyed by card effect, allows you to set a Doom Z spell trap from your deck. Almath allows you to go ahead and grab a Doom Z monster if destroyed or normal or special summoned, and can rank up as well. We're playing Doom Z Change for spells. This is a new card, PogChamp. Destroy a Doom Z card in your hand, deck, or face-up field, except change, and if destroyed by card effect, you can add a Doom Z card from your graveyard to your hand, except change, then you can special summon a Doom Z monster from your hand. We're on 3 copies of 7th Tachyon for Medius, and 2 copies of Doom Z Command Doom Durg. Once per turn during the standby phase, inflict 500 damage to the controller of this equipped monster. A Doom Z monster equipped with this card, or a Wind Machine Xyz monster that has this card as material, gains the following effects. Firstly, it can't be targeted with card effects, which is really great, and secondly, once per turn as a quick, you can destroy 1 other face-up card you control. For the rest of this turn, this card gains attack equal to its own level times 100. It can attack directly, and if it battles, it's destroyed at the end of the damage step. Finally, we are on 3 Theo Realize and 3 Doom Z Raiders, which during your main phase allows you to destroy another Doom Z card in your hand or face of field, then add to your hand or special summon a Doom Z monster from your deck. Also, you are Xyz locked. If this card is destroyed by a card effect, you can target a face-up monster on the field and destroy it. PREMAT'S in this deck. Yeah, I forgot about this equip spell, huh? This is a really fantastic card that's endlessly searchable and allows you to extend ad infinitum, but since we're also playing other busted, powerful equip spells, we might as well play the one that's sort of a spell negate. Finally, we are on 1 trap Doom Z Destruction, which is Droll and Lockbird. Fun, right? For non-engine, we're on 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, 3 Nibiru, 2 Mulcharmy Fulos, and 3 DD Crow. In the extra, we've got the UDF package, Evil Swarm Exciton Knight, Gaga Magician to facilitate the UDFs, Tornado Dragon, number 103 Ragnazero, who is a fairy, shockingly, 2 Diactorus, which can be made with 2 level 4s, and if special summon, can destroy a Doomsy card in your hand or face-up field, then destroy a monster on the field, and if destroyed by card effect while it has a Doomsy monster or Medius as material, can take an equip spell from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. We're on 3 copies of Drastyrus, which the first time it would be destroyed by battle or card effect each turn it isn't, and if this card is Exi-summoned, you can equip another face-up monster on the field to it as an equip spell. When your opponent activates a monster effect on the field or in the graveyard, you can detach a material, negate the effect, and equip one face-up monster your opponent controls to this card as an equip spell. It either really removes it or it's a sick 2-for-1. We're on 1 number 107, Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, and 1 Jupiter the Power Patron of Destruction. I'm going to be honest, you don't go into this one very often. We've got Golden Cloud Beast Maelong and Snake Eyes Doom Dragon as well. We put a bunch of guys in the equip zones. In the side deck, we've got 3 Gamciel, 3 Soundproofed, 3 Ultimate Slayer, 3 Cosmic Cyclone, and 3 Shared Ride. So with that, let's check out a game. Our match is going to be up against Cool Tune, and I really like both these decks. Archetypes that didn't really get a lot of play in the TCG that are top-tier threats in Genesys specifically. We are going first. We're going to begin with a copy of Ilara. We'll activate the effect and grab a Doomsy Raiders. As we activate it, our opponent's going to go for the effect of Cypher Gear Delta. They will summon a copy of Driver from deck and negate it. No big deal. We can use Doomderg here to rank up into Dioctorus, use it to pop this copy of Delta to keep them off clip, and go ahead and grab a copy of Premature Burial to the hand. We'll go for Theorealize here, then activate the graveyard effect of this Medius after bricking them. They're going to Ghost Bell that, but no big deal. The Premat comes in handy to bring back the Medius and activate its effect into a Ghost Mourner. God, talk about 4 hand craps. Well, we just have to hope they don't have a 1-card Sharder that'll beat Ash Blossom. They're going to normal summon a copy of Clip, which is weak. They'll go into a Track Maker using a Delta. They will activate the effect of the Track Maker for JJ Cool Tune, which is great news for us because our Ash Blossom is going to beat that activation. They'll pass turn, and it looks like we finally have license to actually pop off. We'll begin with a Medius. We'll activate its effect into an Effect Veiler. No big deal. We can go into a Gaga Magician and just contest their normal by using the Dioctorus and the Magician for a UDF. This is what I mean when I talk about this deck being able to absolutely annihilate these simplified game states. And even though our opponent draws admittedly the best card in their deck in this situation, by taking it with UDF, we're able to make it a quick 1-0. We rip a copy of Doomsy Raiders, and it's time to style just a little bit. We'll go Medius effect, shuffling their card back to get a copy of Power Patron Doomsy out of the deck, activate its effect in order to rank up into another Dioctorus, then pop our own copy of Doomsy in order to grab ourselves a Drastia. We'll then go to the battle phase and get in for lethal. So it's time for game 2, and this time we are going second. Our opponent's going to begin with a copy of Q, which is probably their best starter, into our 0 hand traps. They will go Trackmaker and Q and Red Nova and Trackmaker in sequence, bricking us, I really like that copy of Ultimate Slayer, but I know it's going to be banished, into a Rico and a Cool Tune Synchro. Rico here will trigger, which enables them to get another Cool Tune to their hand, this time Mix, as they Synchro summon, unsurprisingly, a copy of Remix. They'll set one and pass. I imagine it's the KTS. Okay, DD Crow is still a good card to have. We'll go Almoth into Effect Veiler, no big deal. We can use 7th Tachyon in order to grab a copy of Drastia by revealing our Galaxy Tachyon. We'll throw the Tachyon back, then go for the DD Crow as our opponent goes for Cool Tune Remix into a copy of Ghost Bell. How frustrating. This enables them to cycle back this copy of Effect Veiler and make a copy of Loudness War, popping our monster and prompting the concession. So it's time for that all-important Game 3, and this hand really only has 1 play in it, and it has to not get interrupted. We're going to begin with this copy of Raiders, and it gets interrupted. All right, well, that's unfortunate. We'll set the Shared Ride and hope for the best. It is quite good against Cool Tune. Maybe it'll be enough. We'll activate it in draw phase, and they decide not to go in. Probably correct, since they know we're on Nibiru and they don't have a lot that insulates against it unless they're on Genesys. They're going to go for Cool Tune Remix and attack directly. We draw for turn. That's a pretty good one. We're going to lead with the 7th Tachyon, revealing Ragnazero and grabbing ourselves a copy of Medius. Then afterwards, we'll throw back this Doomderg, normal summon the Medius, and use its effect to grab a Power Patron Doomsy. It gets eaten by a Ghost Mourner, but we can still proc it by going to battle, forcing out the Remix from our opponent, bringing out the Mix and the Rico, and making a copy of Cool Tune Trackmaker. They're going to trigger the effect of the Mix in order to pop our Medius and grab themselves a JJ. We'll go to main phase to an end phase. Our opponent will draw for turn. The JJ is going to get a lot done here, but we do still have the Nibiru lying in wait. JJ into Cool Tune into Red Nova is really bad. They're going to go Red Nova and Trackmaker, bricking us once again and getting a copy of Rico to their side of the field. They'll grab a KTS, then trigger the effect of the Rico in order to grab grab a level 2 Cool Tune from deck, grabbing here a Clip. From here, they're just going to go ahead and activate the effect of JJ Cool Tune to get a mix, enabling them to Synchro Summon into a more powerful monster. Here, they can just start sending things to the yard to make an RS. That's very big and destroys our copy of Power Patron Doomsy, which we can use to shuffle the deck and get us a copy of Change. They're going to normal summon a Rico and threaten battle with the KTS, giving us a killer Nibiru. They can extend past it using Synchro Overtake into another RS, which banishes from our extra deck, courtesy of Clip, and gets over the Nibiru, but we remain alive, which is great news. That's a bad draw, but we're forcing it back anyway. We'll go for Medius here in the yard, shuffling that back in order to trigger its effect and grab a Power Patron. That'll force out the RS, which means we can activate Premature Burial and get the Power Patron Doomsy out just like it never got negated. Down comes Deoctarus. We'll activate the effect, removing one of our opponent's monsters on the way to Drastia. Then, afterwards, we can activate the Drastia, popping the Deoctarus for the Doomdirg from deck we shuffled back earlier. We'll get Angelic Ring as well, which forces out the KTS as we activate it and forces them into a bad situation with no really good clip sans 7. From here, we can activate the effect of the Drastia to go into Drastarus, take the RS, and then activate Doomsy Change, popping one of our monsters to set Doomsy Destruction and Droll and lock our opponent on their next turn. We are very back in this. We are going to just go ahead and at earliest possible opportunity lock them as they go to the main phase. They'll begin with Q, activate the effect of the Q. We'll activate Drastarus in response and just put it in our back row. They'll normal summon a Ghost Ogre and tag in a Rico, use Rico's effect to grab Mix, and things are not looking fantastic here. They'll go into RS, they'll pop our copy of Destruction, and then afterwards they will go to the battle phase, and right, we're not at a very high life total. Oh man, that's miserable. So we're back with the deck, and it's good. Let's do the pros and cons. First to the pros. 1, it's cheap. With like legitimately 0 main deck hits, this archetype blows past the off-brand hand traps Genesys is known for, straight to TCG staples like Ash Blossom and Nibiru. 2, it's customizable. There's a dozen different ways to play this deck. You can do Onomat garbage, 7th Tachyon garbage, Bamboo Swords. It turns out 4s and Equips is an extremely wide net to cast. And 3, it demands very specific answers. Targeted Negation, for instance, does almost less than nothing post-Medius. And the cons. 1, the build I've posted isn't very flexible. While it plays a consistent low-to-the-ground line, decks that don't give much of a fuck about that line are going to eat it alive. 2, while it demands specific answers, those answers are very popular in Genesys. Ghost Mourner and Ghost Ogre are really frustrating into the Power Patron and Drastia specifically, and everyone's backing the 3-pointers. And 3, there's no guarantee it won't get hit with the Bipro changes. The new Doomsy card is incredible and may take some points on the chin. All in all, I believe this is a top-tier strategy, but it might take some practice before you land on a build and playstyle you like.